Right, welcome to a special. This is an extra video this week, and I was asked, I believe, and I might be wrong here, it was Chris, about Newbie 19. Now, Newbie Farm has been about since 2000, Farming Sim 2011. Brand new copies of versions are made for each Farming Sim since 13, 15, 17, and now Cavalier Roy has done one for 19. This may well change because it depends on what we get in 19, of course. But I thought we'd just have a look round. It looks very similar to 17 here, and if you want to see more of 17, I'm doing my 24-hour event on 17. Chickens are in the same place, the house is in the same place up there. Cows are in the same place. Now, one thing with Roy's maps, he starts you with some animals. Now, this is where it starts to change a bit. New fill dump point or fill up point. I can't remember about the seed and fertilizer because I take those out automatically. It stands for fill point normally when I'm playing. There's a change here. These have been altered slightly, the barns, and we'll go through what you get with it in a moment. And here on the 17th version was where your biles were stacked, because not only does Roy give you animals, and we'll just check how many, and on here you have 50 cows to start with. Everything is full when you start. You just prove it by going through here. Well, almost everything's full. You've got silage and par field is short, but your straw, your hay, and your water's full. And I'm using the grass as hay, or hay as grass mod on here, which I always do. It just simplifies matters for me. So I'm a simple beggar. Right, let's have a look, see what you get with the map when you start your garage. Now, one thing about Roy's, they're all built to be played on hard, and he normally has the latest mods, or made for the latest mods. In this case, he's made it for seasons. Now, we don't know what will happen with seasons for 19, but assuming that with Reckon going to Giants, they're going to continue. He has said they're continuing, but we don't know yet. Well, with Reckon going there, it means that seasons is going into 19, or it could well be more likely into 21. It took the Realmus team quite a while to get seasons to where it is now. One of the best mods about. But you start with a Hurleyman, a Cetor, that's your front loader. That's your general purpose tractor. You're always only just given enough power to run a map. And I'm running this on more realistic, which makes it even harder. Your front loader stuff, your arms and 2 sets of forks, or a bucket and a set of forks. Sampo combine with header, little farm tech trailer, Cleveland quali disc, which is your cultivator, your plough, the Stafford non-reversible plough, Cleveland small seeder, Lizard fertilizer spreader, a weight, front mower, tedder, rake, bale trailer, baler, water tank, and your feed mixer. That's what you start with. You also start with only 15,000 in hand, and if we just go back and we'll see what you like there, and you owe 100,000. There's also storage of this. This one I think is meant to be 2 years on from 17, which it would be. And you have got to pay off your debt, and that's the main story. As you can see, we've got all the equipment here. We'll take the Hurleyman. I'm running this on keyboard, by the way, because I find it easier when I'm running through something like this, because if I want to stop and look at something closer, I can. And I'm also running with gearbox mod, as you can see. But we'll have a little look round. This bit is almost all the same. Well, this is changed round here. Before you could get round the back of the cow pasture, you can no longer do that. And you also, just to prove it, on 17 all the hedges were non-collidable. On 19 they all got collisions in. And you also got gates everywhere, and actually opening gates. See, on 17 there was a road off to the back of the pasture. That's gone. Now your road here, as it did on 17, takes you down to your fields. You notice one other difference too. Your fields are no grass, a whole lot of grass. And other big changes, you have you now have your meadows are actually, and you can pick any one now for your meadows, and they are actually proper planted grass rather than the stuff you cannot put fertilizer on. These are fully functional. You can put fertilizer on them and anything you want. Just have a quick look. We'll look up the top and then we'll come back to the other fields. You start with 8, 10, 4 and I think it's 14. Might be wrong on the numbers. Now up here, now with more realistic, this is a real pool. On my map, on my playthrough on this, I'm actually using the Fent 700 Varial with the powerful engine. Your sheep around here. Now your big change, and he took note of what I said on the 24-day challenge or event, that your second meadow was too far away from the farm to do it nicely at 15 times. If you remember the mad rush I had to get back. Up here now you've got this nice big area. This is flat. This you can put all your little placeables on, or big placeables on, and it's a big area. On mine I've put a feed mixer in here, fermenting silage silo, and a hay barn, because I don't like bales much, but I'm thinking about going on to bales with the GTX LS Modding Company's latest bale barns, and put one of those in here. Alright, this is your other tractor, Zito, set with a front loader, and with a mixer wagon. Well, you see I also got the remote read what's in there. And your bales are all up here. Now you get enough bales to last you through to harvest, or and beyond. If we see we've got, what's it, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24 silo bales. Higher, because you don't need quite many either of those, but you also got a whole bunch, roughly the same I would say, if not more, of hay. And just around the corner here you got your straw piles. Now you say, where's the pigs gone? Because the pigs used to be up here. Well, the pigs are gone where that meadow was. Let's have a look at the map. Quick look at the map. This is what you get. Just bring this up so I can actually see better. So I'm pointing things out. You start with 8, 10, 14 and 4. Oh, I'm running away. Just put the brake on. The 4 is the same. And down here somewhere used to be where the anyway, I'll get rid of that so we can see. The pigs are now right down the bottom, almost to the BGA. They're well out of the way. I know some people complain because you haven't got everything over the farm, but normally with most farms you don't have the pigs on top of the farmhouse. And we wouldn't have the sheep there either, but that's for a different reason, because sheep you'd be moving those from grazing land to grazing land. Same people with the cattle, to be honest. But you can't do that with farming sim at the moment. It's one of the big wishes we have, that you can actually have multiple animal meshes for each animal. It may come someday. Anyway, let's go and carry on our little tour around. I'm not going to go around the whole map. Just going to have a look at some of the highlights. I started playing Newbie Farm in first 15, FS15, and that was difficult. Very difficult. Soil mod on there, you know, all the whistles and bells. Sheep feed and all over the hair. Your bales come out there, wool bales. And there is a shortcut. I'll just show you the shortcut. We'll go back up here and just show you the quick shortcut. When you're bringing bales down, you don't have to go all the way around here. Now you've got a workshop, fully functional workshop, and with this you can actually repair your tractors for seasons mod. And as you see, we've got a shortcut up here, and this takes you that way up to the store. One word of advice: when this comes out, and you should play it, don't do if I did on my first winter playing this, where I got snow almost every day during the winter. Make sure you keep the snow clear. I'd also suggest putting in a water trigger. You can get it from the rivers, but use more realistic. The poor old tractors have a hell of a job to pull the trailer back out the river. There may be a trigger somewhere, but I've never managed to find it. And I also don't believe in you using water from the rivers to feed your animals. You wouldn't do it often in real life, because you don't know what's upstream. This is the other one. You have to plough first up, no matter what, whether you want to or not. There's grass on there. All your other fields are all grassed. Everything is grassed. You have to plough each one. Heck, good luck. And I was saying about all the gates on there, all got these. Put the brake on. You all got these opening gates now. Stand back, should go swing inwards, but yeah, it goes. And price of fields 52,000. It's no emissions, by the way. It's 52,000 for this. It's 1.29 hectares. It's quite a big field. Takes you down to those trees just in the centre there. So it's a reasonable sized field. This map is really for small and medium sized equipment. I wouldn't try to bring in really big stuff. That's not really suitable for big bud stuff, for example. As you can see, it's narrow roads. Roy likes putting in a mixture of dirt and hard top roads, but there's a lot of dirt roads, and a lot of the places you have to go to deliver, well, I must learn to talk, are up dirt roads and up steep inclines. I'll show you one I had fun with just the other day, last night actually, when I was playing through my own one. I had some wheat to sell, and the freight yard was taking it. Just get that in the top. Only you have to be careful, more realistic. Oh, yes, but go and have a look at your last bit the last two bits you own. One is up this way. As you can see, I've played this quite a bit. This has been tested by the Monkey Show, which is Bipolar Phophet, and several others, including Cavalier Roy, the author. And they are finding little things out. Their planet was more realistic, and he's now tweaking it for that. Whether more realistic will come out on 19, we don't know. I hope it does, because it's a wonderful mod. I'm enjoying playing with it. I missed it completely on 13. This is your big medal. Or you could, of course, play it and use it as a field. Depends how you want to play it, whether you want to unload your animals or not. But you see, this is big. Trees. There's a lot of trees. I'm just going to That's it. Put up the frame counter. There might be places we go on the far reaches I haven't been, so it may not have cached properly. So the shaders may not have cached properly, so just be aware of that. But this runs well on my machine, which is not the top end. It's a AMD FX. Well, I forget what the number is. It's the 8 core one. It's the old 8 core one, and it's only a NVIDIA 970 GTX 970 card on here, so it's not exactly top end, but you can see it's running well. And so far I haven't had a single crash whilst playing it. Well, saying that I have had crashes, but that's been machine lockups, computer lockups. Normally after Microsoft has done yet another update and it's messed everything up. Every time they update, I have to uninstall my sound drivers and reinstall them again, and let Windows reinstall them, because it messes them up. Right, your last field is down this way. Now, you've got odd-shaped fields, as you'd expect. No idea where this is based. It could be based anywhere. The buildings look continental, East European even, Central to East European. Roy is British, so take your pick. It's not actually an American map. I'm certain of that. But this is your last. We'll just open up the gates and we have a drive on this meadow. There it goes. A lovely gate those, and it just used giant standard triggers as far as I can tell. So when Giants updates something, the triggers should still work. Remember the problems we had on 17 with their last patch, on the last update, where a lot of the custom triggers stopped working. Mine didn't. All of the maps I was using had standard Giants gate triggers on them. But this is your other meadow. Or again, you could turn this into a field, but I wouldn't recommend this one. It's a funny shape. It's probably better off as a meadow, and it's nice and close. This is the one I use normally to get the silage out of. And you can see it's long, it's thin, it's quite a decent size. Alright, we're going to have a look at the town. There is no traffic at all. I think I mentioned that. And it's just my price well, because you wouldn't move if there's traffic on there. Looks like the tug's gone. There used to be a tug on here. I think that might have gone now. On 17, you remember in here. Oh, there it is. Suppose so. Tell me my cows need grass. Well, they're not going to get it because they can't get it. That's the animal alert mod. I've got a whole load of mods on here. I go mod crazy. Oh yeah, there we are. That's the tug. Lovely little touches like that. There's two people who usually make about one map each year, or each new version of Alpha Farming Sim, and they make what they want to make. This was made by Roy because he wanted to play this map. He made it first on the 11, and it has changed quite a bit since then. I have downloaded the 11, the 13, and I think the 15 are all available on PC. On FSUK. We have the 17. I can't remember. I think we might have the 15 as well version. And all being well, and before I don't upset Roy too much, we will be having the 19 version. Depend on how Giants change things on 19. If they don't change it too much, and this will run perfectly well and beautifully on 19, it will be out fairly early on, because this is going to be well tested, well tried. We're going to have a look at the town, and we look at one of the sell points. So I'm not going to do a full tour on this because it's too big, and part of the fact I don't like seeing full tours. I like seeing little bits of it, and I like to be able to find things myself when I want to. But I will show you the town, because if you're new to Newbie, it's not easy to find your way into the main town. Not there's too much on there, but this is your vehicle point, with where you buy all your vehicles. See, fairly standard, but there's only so much you can do with these. But, and I think they're still trying to track down floating trees. There is a lot of trees. I forget how many cities planted in there. It's planted a lot more than on 17. So you've got no excuse if you like logging. It's a good map for logging. But you don't, I wouldn't bring a scorpion onto the map. You ain't going to be able to move it about very well. You can see how big the map is. It also restricts you a bit on your combine size, but for me it's perfect. I like using small equipment. As you know, on this 24 day event, I'm using the Massey Pack mainly. And this is the bridge that takes you into the town. Hit that a bit hard. Well, mind you, I'm in top gear. And just look at this scenery. I'll come outside cab for a little while so you can see the scenery properly. It's lovely. It is well made. It's gorgeous map. This is fuel sales, and it's a dump point. It's somewhere to sell stuff, and also around the back you've got fertilizer, seed, sales, and somewhere to sell your eggs. So you will be coming there quite often. Now I don't know when exactly this will be released, but so it depends on what Giants do with 19. But I know the Monkey Shop are loving the map. I'm loving playing it, and thanks to Roy for letting me keep me updated with my version, which I haven't actually messed with too much for once. Alright, we'll come out of here, kind of, not too much else to say. I will get into the cab because I cannot drive tight bits outside of cab. It's a problem I have. And we're just going to have a look at this one of the sell points. The one I had fun going. I actually had to go back, tip off some of the grain, and only half fill the trailer. More realistic, you see, I was using, say, the Ferio 700 and Richard Weston trailer with about 21,000 litres on it. It wouldn't pull up the hill, and we'll find that particular hill, and you see why. Come outside cab again for a little while, but you'd see the number of trees there. Each one has been planted individually by Roy, and it's taken him weeks. Ask Darren Castle how long trees take. He will tell you. He's making his own map at the moment, Willow Farm, and I think he's getting somewhere near the end there. And I have a copy of that too on here, which is very much a whip, because I quite a bit older copy than what he's working on at the moment. But you can see the number of trees, and you can also see I'm not driving very well. I'm just going to drop it down a couple of gears so I can't go quite so fast. That's the problem using keyboard. But so I like being nice and close to a map when I'm testing or doing something like this. It's easier for me. We will show up one gear. We're just coming up here somewhere. Should be the pull up the side of the mountain. Should be. Fine, it's still there, of course. Cause I put the latest version on my game. Here we are, up here. I'm going to get in the cab for this again. Now, I was using somewhere about 240 odd brake horse, and I couldn't get up this hill. This here, it's steep, very steep, and there's a lot like that. So if you use a more realistic, and actually if it comes out for 19, I'd recommend using it with this map. This is meant to be played hard. This is not a simple map. When I first saw Newbie Farm on, would have been 15, I think, oh, Newbie Farm must be an easy farm to play, I thought. Wrong. The tractors you got to start with would only just pull the equipment for the starter fields. You had, give you some idea, you had the T4. Remember the T4? As your front loader tractor. Great fun that was. Anyway, that's the freight yard. I think we'll take a little drive, or have a look at one more place, see if we can find somewhere else. This is a sort of map I haven't really explored myself yet. But if we come down here, you bust in. I'll stay in cabs, you can actually see how steep this is. Look at that. It's like falling off the side of a cliff. Any of you who saw Bipolar Phophet's Monkey Show Olympics, Farming Olympics, will know what sort of thing Roy does. He has a nastier sense of humour. He likes making things difficult. And I'm finding that on the 17th version with using the massy stuff, I can't just load stuff and ride up, say, let's take that. That'll do. Let's have a look up here. I haven't. Is this a pathway? Yes, I haven't been up here. This is bound to just. Oh, my voice is. Oh, my tongue's running away with me again. This is bound to be a logging area. Now you can see here, it's really is having to struggle to get up here. There's a lot of paths like this, and some of these paths take you to cell phones. I think this one might well do, looking at it. So let's, now which way would it be? I think it might be this way, then again it might not. We'll find out. Now you don't want to get distracted when you're doing these bits. As you can see, it's tough now. Just check where it's going. Oh, we're going down here, and this. Yeah, we know the cows need grass. I might take that mod out. Actually, it doesn't work well with the hay for grass mod. But you can see the trees you got up here. You imagine cutting down your trees up here, and it's just a logging area. And if we look over the edge here, that's a cell point. And you may remember I got lost on the 17th version trying to find one of the cell points. It's easy enough done. I'm going to go back and we'll see if we can get ourselves. See if the other road track takes you down to there, or there's another way in. Whoa! I must keep an eye open for what we're doing. This is one of those bits you wouldn't take the trees down on this road. You need the trees certainly on the drop side to stop you from falling off the edge. See what goes up here. Might be more logging area, but we'll find out. Now you imagine bringing a loaded trailer up here. You wouldn't use a really big one. I think we'll need to drop down another gear. Look at this. This is wonderful. This is all your logging area. And they say I get lost, and Roy's actually admitted to getting lost on his own map. What's up here? Well, this is just a quick taste of this map. Or I could just fly you through some of the areas. I think that's what we'd do. We just park this up, park it off the edge, away from the edge, turn the engine off. We'll just go and have a quick look round some of the sell points, rather than drive to them all. The port, this is the easiest one in the lot to get to because it's just about all road here. This has all been snow mask ready. So if it's hard top, it's masked. If it's not hard top, it's not masked. As you can see, it's wonderful done, and it's still running at 60 frames a second, and it's rock solid. I don't know if I can unlock anymore. I'll put it down to unlock, but I don't know if it will. You got sheds and barns up here and storage areas all over the show. Just gonna up my speed a bit, that's better. Mind you, I'll go and run into the edge soon. Now this is the edge of the map. There is edges on here, which you'd expect. As you look down at the mini-map, you'll see that we're right on the edge anyway. There should be a little tableau over this way, I think. It's more barns, storage facilities, and round here we have TNT and express rentals, so it looks alive. It's not alive, but it looks alive. Alright, that's that. We'll have a quick look over at the mill. Nice old rundown building. And this is a dirt road to get to. Good luck getting here. I don't think they open, they don't. And you've got a lovely food. I enjoy playing this map. I won't say I don't. It's a lovely map to play. Bunker is fairly standard bunker. Nothing extra special, but there doesn't have to be. It's standard fruits at the moment. I don't know if he's going to add any or not, but I don't think it really matters. It's hard enough as it is. But you see, just standard bunker. So we brewery, because what we just sell at the brewery, barley, and it's mainly barley. Nice old, looks almost German. The Horseshoe Inn, but it has sort of a Germanic look to me. I could well be wrong, but over the years he's picked up a whole load of these placeables and standard buildings which he puts into his maps. Spinnery, which of course is for wool sales, and you can expect that all these are difficult to get to. None of these are meant to be easy. Everything is made to be hard on this, and that actually looks like an old silo from a place I used to work. That concrete building looks very much like it. Urshan Mill. Have a look at the bakery. They said plenty of sell points. I'm not trying to sell this map. It will sell itself. Either people will like it or they will hate it. This one's on the main road, so this is easier to get to it again. But again, it's lovely work. That looks like that's off Oscar. A freight yard we're seeing, farm shop we're seeing, lumber yard, we haven't seen that yet. Just about done there. We've got about one more place to have a look at. The lumber yard here, standard lumber yard. Don't think there's anything extra here, it doesn't look like it. And I don't think there's any. What is it? Oh, there is try and sell on this. Oh, that's. There we go. There we are. Train's gone away. I didn't see one at the freight yard, I have to say. I didn't see a trigger there. There may be, but I didn't see one. But there's another place that is hard to get to. If it's somewhere you really want, you can bet your bottom dollar it's going to be hard. Now, the garden centre is about the last place to look. That's up here. And we're just going to visit that. And of course, what dumps us down on outside. I'm just going to slow me run down there. It gets a bit too much for me after a while. But this is the sales, and you've got all your bits and pieces there, what you can sell. Large show straw there, bin seasons. Here you won't be selling straw. Fertiliser to buy. What else we got there? Grass, again, you won't be selling grass here because there's no sale for grass on maps. Let's just double check, but if I remember right, on seasons it does not allow the sale of such things. No straw, no grass, no hay sales. Silage, yes, but very low price. So you won't be selling too much over here. Garden centre. Whatever that is, could be wood. I don't honestly know what that symbol is. You can sell whatever that is. Oh, and they must be wood chips and such like. And garden centre, you can also sell mine grains. Alright, I think we're done, so I'm just gonna hop back to the main yard, and that's a quick look round. Yeah, well, if I enter that, that's it. Get out and we just walk down to the farm itself. I will highly recommend this. It's hard work, yes, it certainly is. Possibly slightly easier in the FS15 version. And if you want any of the versions, if you've got an earlier version of Farm Sim, you want to try out some of the stuff, as I say, 11 and 13 are certainly available on FS UK, and the 13th version in multi-fruit and stand. I picked up the stand one because I wasn't certain if I started multi-fruit mod anywhere, so I didn't want to go to that download and find I couldn't play it. Now, I'm actually going to play some of these older ones at some stage. And I think with that, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider leaving a like. If you're not subscribed and wish to see more of this, I will be doing odd and sods like this every so often. Especially for, I won't be doing the big AA maps, shall we say. That's I got up high. That's what I want to do. I won't be doing the big AA maps because everybody will be doing those, but I like doing these. I was going to say lesser known maps. And I'm going to take that as my screenshot. It'll be for one moment. I'll just get rid of that off there. That's it. Develop a version of Seasons, you may well note. But as you notice, it's hardly dropped the frame rate. If it run well on mine, it will run well on most people's. And remember, I'm also running sound recording and video recording gear at the moment, so that's taking a little bit of a slice out of me resources. In fact, it's taking where are we? 4.6 out the CPU for the video. I don't know how much is taken out on sound. I have it. It doesn't tell me on that. I don't think. No, it doesn't. Right. So, any comments, questions, queries, or anything else, feel free to ask or to post them in the comments section. I read everyone and I try and reply to everyone. And you get a good food round up here. And so with that, and this is Farming Sim 17 running Newbie Farm for Farming Sim 19. We hope. Depends what the Giants do. So with that, it's Mervyn saying cheerio for now. Cheerio.